We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 41. Watch twist. Easy. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 41's coming. 41's the mic.
Out of the gun, Stafford. The open man is Westbrook. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Shedding the tackle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the 39, Stafford out of the backfield. This is Aaron Jones. And he gets it down to the 32.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Stafford. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes, right side. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this one caught by Beasley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Stafford's throw here pulled in by Beasley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They snap it to Stafford. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now Jones. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Throwing Jones. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. These two teams all tied after one. Here's 2nd and 10. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. And Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. Buying time to his left. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Seahawks 7.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
7 yards, the pickup there. Left side, Cook. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Dalvin Cook, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford drops it to Jones in the flat. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 50, Stafford. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Robert Woods His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line, as they'll take over with just under a minute left to play. A throw left side, complete to his receiver Westbrook. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he finds Beasley complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First and 10 at the 42.
On first down, Stafford here. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First down and goal to go.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Now Jones. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now Stafford on third and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd and 9. Off play action. Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Off the play fake. Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. And Woods has it complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Jones. Now he steps away. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Jones. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Oh, he fakes a spike. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To the air again, Stafford. A check down here to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive with the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap for Stafford. This is the tight end, Njoku. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And Beasley with it over the middle. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Stafford. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Cole Beasley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Dalvin Cook, 50 yards. And the Seahawks are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Stafford's throw here pulled in by Beasley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Throwing again at Stafford. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, You got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Second down, they go right back to Cook. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Slant pass to Boyd. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Dalvin Cook, 33 yards.